Afternoon, folks. So, going to be jumping into some signal sources today, both on planets and in space, and seeing what we can see. So, we will take it from there. Okay, let's just check stream health. Looks good. Okay. So, let's just check my build, make sure that this is suitable. Unfortunately, my web captions are not working today, which is disappointing, so we'll just kill that, and I'll have to figure that offline. Right. Is there anything particularly special available that would be worth doing? They're in war. We did that the other stream, so don't want to jump back into conflict zones and just do that again. Right, let's just check the outfitting. So we have cargo fighters, shield scoop, shield sail banks, good jump range, SRVs, repair and fuel transfer, because there are distress signals. So it would be useful to be able to repair ships in them, and to hardpoint wise, we're looking at turreted burst lasers, gimbaled multi-cannons, and a huge plasma accelerator. Should do quite well. Utility mounts, heat sinks, kill warrant, and the rest are shield boosters. So that'll do for that. Let's keep an eye on the stream stats. I've just updated OBS, and my first run through on OBS after with Elite showed some lag, but the lag's not there anymore, so restarting it all seems to have sorted it. Right, we do have limpets. That should be sufficient to begin with. Okay, so let's just check the how this war is going. So Boot Brigade are not in war, so that's still pending, because we've equalised with LHS 134 Central. They're still in war, they're in war, they're in an election. Let's just check the news. They are preparing for war with the Boot Brigade, yeah. Okay, so either in this system everyone's either in a conflict or preparing to go into one, so it's a busy place. Right. Oh, and I just forgot to update the stream title, so it's just we'll save that. Okay, I think we are pretty much there. So refresh that, make sure my title has updated. Right. Doesn't matter as long as the game is correct. Okay, well that will attend to itself. Right. So the plan is, there's been updates to signal sources since the 3.3 update. I've played around with mass commissions of mining. I've played around in conflict zones last time. This time I want to drop into some of these other signal sources, whether they're on the planets or in space, and see what happens in them. So we're going to go out and hopefully have some fun and make some money. We're pretty well equipped to handle most things. We'll see what happens.
Ship detach complete. Expedite climb to exit altitude.
Oh. We'll jump into Super Cruise and find some signal sources.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
If anyone has any Pacific they want to look at, shout out in chat and I'm happy to try and find it. Otherwise we will take it as it comes. So, distress call. Okay, I haven't done the distress calls. This is a threat 0 around state of war. So, I would guess we're going to jump in. There's just a ship in distress and we help the ship out and be on the way. So that should be a pretty simple one. Just make sure I've got these fire groups right. Yeah. And just set my pips so that I'm ready for trouble if I end up in it. We shall keep an eye on what's around us. It's always important. Oh, and I'm gonna loop this one, unfortunately. Okay. So let's get back to the signal source. There it is. And we'll drop in. Right, so nothing in front of us immediately, but there was something on our detector now ahead of us. Let's go see what it is. There's a ship. They are not in a good way. 1% hull.
Good to see you, Commander. I'm in a tight spot here. Ship's fried and I need to get back into the fight. Think you can help with some emergency repairs?
Okay, so this is interesting. We've got voice. It's text as well. Small increase to security status, influence and reputation. Small number of credits, but we will help. So,
I owe you one, Commander. You can launch the repair limpet whenever you're ready.
and I will resist the temptation to blow them up because I will get fined. So, I've not actually used repair limpets before, so this will be interesting.
Repair limpet engaged.
Okay, so we can see the hole going up slowly.
Looks like the limpet is working. A few systems online.
Right. Just keeping an eye on my scanner as well in case any pirates suddenly jump in. I'd expect it to be more of a threat 2 or something if that was going to happen, but
Primary systems online.
so well, this seems to be working and quite straightforward. I wonder why my stream title hasn't updated. Well, okay. So they're repaired, but they are not almost there. Primary systems online was their last message, so they must want another repair limpet. 3 of them?
Repair limpet engaged.
Okay. That's working.
Frameshift
Full-powered
charge
engine.
detected.
Thanks, Commander. I owe you one.
Excellent. And my limpet is still repairing them as they fly off. Oh well. It's done its job. Ah, my stream title has now updated. Excellent.
Repair
Right,
limpet
repair ship.
successful.
Task complete. So, do I receive any other indication? No, we seem to be done here. Right,
Frameshift drive charging.
so distress signal threat 0, very, very simple, no real danger, not a lot of reward. But a little bit of fun. Let's see what this is. Convoy dispersal pattern. Threat 0. Okay. Additional G League. So you can see up there that it's a lot of signal sources now are assigned to a faction. They are up for about 30 minutes or so before they disappear and a new one will refresh. And this faction is in war, so I don't know if that's going to affect what we see in here. But it's threat 0, so we'll jump in and we'll see what it does. I'm not expecting it to be anything spectacular, but just drop in. Okay. So in the chat messages, we've got a load of messages around war. That's the usual stuff you'd see in system. Contact wise, we got a few ships flying around. No one's shooting me. So this might be a good source of materials, cargo if this was an anarchy system, but it's not. So I'm going to leave them alone. There's no scenario.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay. Right, what's that one? As long as it's not one we've done before. Encoded emissions. Threat 0. Okay, this is for Boot Brigade, who I do actually support, so we will definitely take a look. Threat 0 though, so should be quite simple. Not sure what will be in encoded emissions these days. It used to just be some things to scan or pick up. So it'll be interesting to see what's in there now. Right, so contacts. We've just got a load of materials. I need chemical manipulators. I need the chemical distillery. I need the processors. The rest of those I'm good on, but the fact that I need some of them means that I think we will go with a collector limpet for this, just to make it easy.
Programming limpet drone.
Let it do its thing and make sure that we don't have anyone try and attack us. So just some quick materials out of that one. So far, nothing particularly exciting.
Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo
That would help. Okay, so all we do is we just let this do what it's going to do.
Programming limpet drone.
Beam is still stable. Checking out while I have a moment. Yeah, looks good. Oh, I've gone and find another collector. Oh well. No valid collection target, so that's all the materials that I needed. It won't automatically pick up anything I don't.
Cargo scoop retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, so signal sources are still a good source of materials, particularly encoded over degraded. So that's always good to know. The convoy dispersal pattern threat 4. Okay, this is going to be very different. I might get attacked when I drop in, or there might be things that I can attack if I want. This is actually the Brothers of Z. The Brothers of Z are currently in a civil war with another faction called She Silver State. The Boot Brigade wants She Silver State to win that war. So if people start shooting at me and they're from the Brothers, I'm going to shoot them back. If people don't start shooting me, I might not shoot them on account of the fact I don't want to become wanted in this system. But threat 4, this should be a protected convoy maybe. If it's a civil war state, one would guess potentially a military convoy. So let's see what occurs here. Around. There's the other one. Just sit up properly. We save for a couple of hours. Right. So let's get ready to start shooting people if they start shooting me. Okay. Itchy ear, for more things. Right, here we go. Gonna come to a stop. Okay, that's a lot of Type 9s. Looks like 3 Type 9s and a Vulture. Now, these are not wanted. Okay, well that's interesting. I got some data from scanning one of them. Let's scan the others and let's see if I can get any more data, because data is always good. This could be a lot of fun here, but if I open fire on this lot, okay, I only got data from one of the ships, but that's all right. No idea what they're carrying. I don't have a manifest scanner, unfortunately, on this. So not immediately hostile. It's a bit of a pity, but
Frameshift drive charging.
we'll leave them to it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Right, so there was another signal source around here. Just up here. So what are you? Convoy dispersal pattern. Threat 4. So are there 2 of those then? Brothers of Z, combat convoy dispersal pattern. That's probably just going to be the same, and they didn't start. We didn't have anything exciting happen, so let's go check another signal source. Okay, what's this one? Convoy dispersal pattern, threat 3. Different faction, but they are in a war state. Okay, this is useful because I want to see if there's a difference between the threat 3 and the threat 4. There's also some ships and super crews that I can scan for data. A wanted boot brigade ship. 184,000 credits without a kill warrant scan. They've been naughty. But I will leave them alone. Private courier service. I'd love to see those. Ah, we got some data from that one. I'd love to see a private courier service in an anarchy system. If I had hatch breakers and it was equipped for a bit of piracy, because they apparently carry some quite valuable cargo. Them and miners with low temperature diamonds are apparently your main piracy targets if you want to do that against NPCs. So we will see. Okay, so different faction, same state, it's a different threat level. This may well be a different type of military convoy. We'll see if they want to shoot me. Given everyone that's in conflicts of various kinds at the moment, it's not a surprise that there's a lot of this sort of activity. Good. There. And we can drop it. Okay. Lots more ships. Not sure this should really be a lower threat level, to be honest. So I'm going to scan as much as I can. No one's shooting at me. I suspect if I was minded to, I could probably blow a lot of this up, given that they're ranked as novices. Okay, expert. But this is a pretty good PvE combat ship I've got, so we'll just finish scanning them, see if there's any data. None yet. Wanted? Well, that's interesting. Why are you wanted? Oh, bit of data. Okay, so we have a wanted ship. 78,000. Well, we want to do something a little bit more interesting today, so let's... Okay, so why is my kill warrant scanner not working? Joystick set up correctly. Cool. It wanted me to deploy the hardpoint. Okay, I've scanned them. They're taking evasive maneuvers. No one else is after me. Right, well, they're wanted. I can legitimately shoot them. So that's what I'm going to do. No one else is coming to their aid. They've deployed a fighter though. But that's not going to help them. Right. There's some nice materials in there. So let's put a collector out.
Programming Lincoln drone. Cargo scoop deployed.
See what we've... Yeah. Okay. We'll just move a bit closer to speed the whole process up. So I might check these in an anarchy system at some point, because then I would have carte blanche to actually try and take cargo off of them, blow them up, and could get some very nice materials. If I remember correctly, conductive polymers are a 4 or 5. That's all good. So yeah, the threat 3, the threat 4 did differ. Factions in both cases were in a state of warfare, so they were military convoys. And one of them was actually wanted, which is a surprise. So we've made a little bounty, and we've got some nice materials. Plus, it was worth scanning them for data, because although only one of them gave me any data, it's always useful. Just let the collector finish doing its thing. Apologies. Yeah. That's most of... Oh no, I think there might be a few of these I want. That's not a bad haul at all. Just go a little closer. Okay, so those other ships have jumped out now. They're no longer around. Yeah, very nice little hall. Okay. So we've done convoy dispersal pattern. Useful for data. Can be useful for collecting materials if you're able to. And coded emissions was good. The distress call, threat 0, was straightforward. I suspect if I was in an anarchy system I could make more from that in terms of materials and maybe cargo by pirating them. And then maybe repair them, maybe blow them up. One thing though, the distress call, that required repair limpets. So you would want to make sure. Okay, nothing more. You'd want to make sure that you had repair limpet collector. And you would also want to make sure that you had a fuel transfer limpet connector. Because distress calls in the past have been with ships that are out of fuel. And they wanted you to transfer them some fuel. So if you want to do them, that's what you need to do. So we got some more signal sources unidentified. What we're going to do actually is, this is one way of finding the signal sources, which is basically just to fly around. The fact that you're within a certain distance of them means that you will pick them up on your boards and you can go and look at them. I was going to jump into the FSS and scan the whole system for sources, so you know all of the sources that are in the system in one go, but that's a ceremonial comms. Now, for a long time now, these I think have been bugged, that they didn't have anything in them. But they used to have stuff in them, and I would like to find out after this update whether or not they maybe fix that. So we're going to drop into this one and see if there's anything here. Okay, we've got a cruise ship flying around there in the background. I'm picking up transmissions. This is ceremonial comms, but civil war. Now, ceremonial comms at one point either had people worshipping the Fargoids, and the Fargod cult, as far as I'm aware, have now disappeared, or they had Fargoid probes in, or sensors. They're actually quite valuable. But as I said, for a long time they were bugged, and I was jumping into them and there was nothing there. Whoa, well, that's not the case now. What we got? Funeral ship. Well, hello. Peace for the dead, peace for the dead. Okay, unshielded, so it would be an excellent source of materials. So yes, somber occasion. Someone's bumping into me, which is a problem for them, not me. So I'm just going to scan these ships. Grab any data. Oh. Slegnor, thank you for the follow. Most kind of you, sir. Right, so That one I have not scanned. Thank you very much, Slegnol. That's muchly appreciated, and I will see you somewhere in the black as well. Good luck to you. Right. That's all of them. None of them were wanted. So... Oh, it's very sad. I'm going to leave them alone. That's slightly depressing.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
But it is nice to see the ceremonial comms actually doing something now, rather than just being empty. So, are there any more showing just on my scanner because I happen to be in proximity? Fluffy Freak. That is a name I recognise. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Right. Let us go into the... Right, first of all, it's going to ask me to scan the system, so let's do that. And then let us hunt down signal sources and see what's what. So I've mapped all the bodies. So I want to tune my scanner to the bottom end because I'm looking for signal sources. And there we go. So encoded emissions, threat 0. Distress call, threat 0. Just basically we're scanning through the system. Anywhere there's the blue glow, that means that there is something there. Encoded, so lots of encoded emissions, which is going to be good for material. Convoy dispersal pattern. Degraded, oh! The degraded emissions, threat 3. That should be interesting to jump into. So we'll certainly look that one up. Convoy dispersal 4. We've done those. Okay. So we will take a look at the degraded emissions as well. And if there's any of the encoded emissions around, those are quite profitable, so I'm certainly going to drop in on them. Following the orbit lines. See if there's any more. Okay. I love the sound effects. Don't know how well you can hear them. Given I've got headphones on, I always pick up a lot more with the headphones. So I think we've got everything, so we'll come out of there. Oh, thank you very much, Fluffy Free. Good to know it sounds clear. Right, what we're going to do then is we are going to pick a couple of signal sources that we have not already looked at, as they should all now appear here in navigation. So, degraded, but threat free. So I suspect that this is going to have something of some value in, and there will also be pirates. And they will try and rob me. Which should be brief. Right. So we're on our way there. I want to take a look at the Fed cap ship. Why are the Federation spying on the Boot Brigade? As tempting as it is to jump into some of those and code of the missions and get more treats, we'll only do one just to see if there's any difference. So, given I'm expecting to be in a fight in this one, I'm going to come out of analysis mode. And we'll go see what's what. Going to take a little while to get there. Base being big and all. Okay, getting closer. Right. So we're in the shipping lanes. I might go zoom off into deep space and have a look around there as well, because that's where you used to find high-grade emissions. There's another test we can do as well. You'd think that when I went into a signal source, after I had done whatever was in there, it would be no point going back in. It would be empty for me because I had completed it. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, so we'll test that as well, and we'll test it on this one, which promises to be a bit more interesting than some of the others. So let's get ready to start dealing with pirates. Okay. So to start with, there's no one else in here with me. And there's all kinds of stuff for me to pick up, which is illegal salvage. Illegal in jurisdiction, illegal salvage. Well, I'm sure I can find a black market to sell it at. So we're not entirely the unsuspecting pilot that the pirates would hope for. So let's deploy a fighter. Let's fly towards this and see if a load of pirates jump in. Someone blew this up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so by now I would expect pirates, and it looks like I hit something. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy a collector. And see if that triggers any sort of an attack. Because this is a threat free, I would expect someone to try and shoot me. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to make sure I'm not targeting anything. Deploy all my collectors. And pick up a load of black market goods. Then we're going to have to find a black market to sell them at, while not being scanned by the police. So a little disappointed that there isn't any shooting, but I'm not sure what these things are worth, so we're going to go and find out. Right, well, no one's popped in yet. So, we're in G. The only place I can land here is Sulk Settlement. That is bad. if I'm looking for a black market. Because as a planetary settlement, it's tricky to land at without being scanned. There is no black market. Okay, so we've got systems, none. They're not showing.
Collector limpet expired.
Okay, looks like one of my collectors may have suicided. Gaston Port, Hutton Orbital Truckers. And it has a black market. Well, one should have guessed that the truckers would have a black market. That's where we're going to go and sell. Because I can boost in. Just in case people start trying to attack me once I've finished.
Commencing recovery, Commander. Stand by.
Bit of wreckage floating by. Bringing the fighter back in while the collectors finish.
Collector limpet expired.
Okay, so the collector limpets are having problems grabbing some piece of cargo. So I'm just going to
Complete. Fighter bay is secure.
move my position. The limpets are better than they used to be, but they are not perfect even now. They do weird things sometimes. Okay, you can see it's getting stuck there. Encrypted data storage. That's a canister. Because I've got some in my cargo hold, so these are canisters. And my data link scanner is not activating. Right, so my limpets were failing to get whatever's here. So we're going to manually scoop the rest because there's not much. Personal effects. Bit of mechanical equipment. If I wasn't prepared to handle stolen goods, then this would have been the only thing I could have taken out of here, which would have made this a bit disappointing. Oh, good tip by the way, if you're carrying stolen goods, while I remember, report crimes against me off. If I do find myself dealing with a pirate because I'm now carrying cargo and I start shooting at them or they shoot at me, what I don't want is the police to turn up and scam me. So I need to turn the report crimes off if I'm doing anything a little bit questionable. Apologies for the cough. Hopefully that didn't deafen anyone. Right, so this is what's been messing with my limpets. Let's see if we can see it. So there's... Okay. Can I actually move this anaconda out of the way? Alright, I've just boosted into it. not really moving. Okay, redeploy the cargo scoop, back up a little bit, come to a stop. That's telling me I've got it ready to, I'm lined up. Let's see if I can scoop it. And this ship is in the way. Okay. Right, so that's the limpet. That's the encrypted data store. And here I'm boosting again, but to no effect. Okay, that didn't do anything to that ship, so I can't destroy the ship. Right, doesn't look like I can get this. It seems to be inside that anaconda. I can't scan it. So we're going to leave it. There's no point messing around with that. Right, so right now I need to go and offload all of this cargo I've got. So we're going to go and pay a visit to the truckers.
Cannot comply.
Cargo scoop.
Expired. Cargo scoop retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Fortunately, this system is low security, which means even if I do get jumped, the security response would be slow. The key thing is going to be getting into the station. Right. Okay. There's the station. You'll see there's first mapped, but there's no first scanned or first discovered, which means that all of these... Okay. Right, I've just stopped there because you can see in text there's a message. It looks like there is an elite member that wants the cargo I've got. Now, I rather like the idea, given that report crimes against me is turned off, of blowing him up. You can't have my stuff.
All systems are go. Awaiting orders.
Right, Buford, get in there and start shooting him. All stop if... yeah. Here's an alternative. How about I give you nothing and take what's yours? Now, if I'd forgotten to turn report crimes off, at the moment we would now be on a countdown before the police arrived. Did I just run into my own plasma shot, or... I've almost got the shields down. So what I tend to do with this Condor is I will shield tank the enemy If it's an NPC rather than a player, if it's a player, I'll run. Because I'm not a PvP pilot and this ship is not equipped for PvP.
Take it easy, Commander. I'm not the target here. Looks like he's got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
Right. So, we have some materials for which we will
Automated retrieval, Commander.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo's
deploy a collector, retrieve our fighter, and be on our way.
Retrieval complete. Fighter bay is secure.
Okay, so there's a mega ship there. Interesting. So today's look at signal sources is turning into an impromptu lesson in how to smuggle stuff into a station. There's a few approaches. The one that I will tend to do involves speed, getting to the station quickly before the security services have a chance to scan you. And we'll also use a heat sink to just make it a bit harder for them to scan me. This is why I don't particularly like black markets at planetary bases, because at a station,
cannot comply.
once you get through the docking slot, their scan will fail,
Frameshift drive
so you won't get a fine if you're scanned. You won't get a bounty if you're scanned past that point. On a planetary base, until you're touched down on the pad, they can scan you. And you can't boost to the pad or boost through. You can't boost to the pad because you'll hit the planet and probably blow your ship up or something equally bad. Whereas with a starport, you can boost through the slot and evade being detected. The other good option, if you've got a medium ship, is to go for an outpost, because the outpost is almost never, if not in fact never, have security services around them, so you won't get scanned when you go in. Advisory little note, that was before 3.3, that may have changed. Right. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try and line up such that the docking slot will be in front of me when I come out of Super Cruise. And you can see on the model down in the bottom left hand corner that I'm kind of lined up, not perfectly but reasonably close, because when I come out of Super Cruise at the station I am pretty much going to want to boost. That's pretty decent. That'll do. I'm definitely watching my speed at this point, because no security system are unlikely to be interdicted and scanned by system security before I get to the station. I don't the risk here that I'm gonna fly by the step, not get close enough to the station to drop out unless I line up a bit more. Okay. So yeah, if this was a high security system, I would be particularly concerned about system security doing a stop and search on me. Right, so we've lost that nice alignment. That's a pity. So I'm going to slow right down, see if we can't line up a bit better before we drop out. I'm checking my sensor as well to see if there's anything behind me which might indicate a pirate or system security ship about to try an interdiction. But there isn't, so that's good. Alright, we're getting lined up better. Slow right down. And that's going to be... Right, so boost. Press dock in as soon as able. And fire up a heat sink. So I'm not doing FA off, I'm FA on. Right now I'm hopefully, looks like I'm going to make it okay. So I'm not going to boost again and bounce off the back wall, that would be foolish. And I'm in. So this is a low security system. A high security system, they would be more aggressive about scanning incoming ships. At this point though, I can relax and concentrate on landing safely.
Landing gear deployed.
Right. Okay.
Contact confirmed. Deactivating docking system. Enjoy your stay at our facility, Commander.
Just repairing the ship and refueling. Actually, we could do with a few more limpets. Back up to 32. Now, contacts. So, search and rescue. You'll see personal effects, if they were legal, would be here. But they are not. Also, I go into the commodities market and we scroll down to salvage. Encrypted data stores, not worth much. Personal effects are through the search and rescue contact. Technical blueprints was the other one. They're not here at all. So we want to talk to the black market. And there we go. So 75% of galactic average is usual. So it's really very small. Okay, so we got a bit of bounty as well on that amber. Right. Oh, some of those disappeared. Yeah, some reason personal effects disappeared off. So do check that, because otherwise I'd still be flying with illegal cargo. So in terms of the money made, that wasn't a lot of money made, but it is a bit of fun. Right, so I'm just going to nip to the toilet. So I'm just going to go to the Be Right Back screen and mute the mic. And I will be back as soon as possible, which will be just a couple of minutes. So just bear with me, folk, and maybe take a break, get yourself a cup of tea or something if that's what you want to do.
Pilots, please show consideration for fellow visitors. Slow down and maintain a reasonable distance from other ships inside this dock. the safety of all visitors, be considerate of other vessels while passing through the main access corridor. Unlawful behavior in or around the starport is not permitted. We thank commanders for their cooperation. This facility offers a range of services. Check your information panel after docking for more details. Welcome to this starport. Check the wide array of services we offer and enjoy your stay at our facilities.
Okay, I'm back. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jump out, look at signal sources in this system. See if there's anything we hadn't seen before. Right. Always like to scan stuff when I'm leaving. Scan other ships. The eternal search for data. Sure the truckers won't mind if I speed a little bit.
Shift charge detected.
And no data from.
Scan detected.
See, the system security are actually scanning me. Combination of speed getting in and the heat sink lowering my signature was what kept me out of trouble when I came in.
You've now exceeded the no-fire zone. Goodbye, Commander.
Right shift drive charging.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So we're just going to go slowly and let us see what signal sources might be around here. There's one. So degraded emissions, threat free. Well, we'll give that a look because that was quite profitable. However, there are some that are closer. So let's see what's what. That's really quite impressive. Game is so very, very pretty at times. That's a ceremonial comms, but not a lot of time left on that one. Not going to try and dash to get there before it goes. Convoy dispersal pattern threat 2. We haven't seen one of them. Let's see what's in a threat 2. See, the star is just behind there. So we're just going to Yeah, that's pretty special. So we've seen a threat 4 and a threat 3 convoy patterns. Let's see what's in a threat 2. Okay. Looks like a military convoy. So as before, we're going to scan everything, see if we can get some data, see if anyone is wanted. Although that would be a bit of a surprise. This is the truckers themselves. So, okay, so as you can see there, I got a message about data 4. That was trying to give me data, but of a type I already had enough of. So these are certainly useful if you're looking for data. We might nip to an anarchy system in a little bit and our rig for a bit of piracy so that we can drop into some of these and I can actually see if they're carrying anything nice. There we go. So I think I've scanned everyone. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to leave them alone.
Frameshift drive charging.
I have to say that given the differences in types of ship, I'm not entirely sure. You know, the Threat 4 looked like it had less ships than either the Threat 3 or Threat 2. That will bear a bit more looking at. Might be the rank of the ships.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, so back into this. We might go and take a look at that, but let's see what that one is. Oh, looks like that disappeared. So I'll just see what these are. I do want to see the mega ship though. I haven't really interacted with that. Weapons fire. Pirate activity. Money to be made. We'll have some of that. Then we'll go and check out the mega ship. We've got a ship right behind us. Federal dropship. And the way it's facing, it could interdict me. Not sure if it would. It seems to be leaving me alone for the moment. Thanks, come up on comms. No threats. There don't seem to be a threat. Should be a fight. Okay, all sorts of pirate messages going on. Right. Let's start collecting some bounties. Given that this is a threat too, I'm not going to send Buford out. Oh, I managed to get him with the so it looks like Hutton Orbital Trugger System Defense Force versus Pirates.
Frameshift charge detected. Target destroyed.
Right. So, very brief little fight. Some of those materials are ones I want.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo skip
So,
deployed.
that was only a threat too. That really shouldn't pose any particular problems. Certainly not for this ship. Looks like the truckers are on their way, now unmolested by pirates. I'm just going to wait for my collector to do its thing. Okay, heat resistant ceramics. Yeah, a lot of those I think I've got, but tempered alloys. Don't want to target anything while the collector's out, because if you target something and you send the collector will expire after it's collected it. There's a bit of leeway. Doesn't always quite work that cleanly. If I untargeted something, it might be alright, but I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to use up collectors unnecessarily. Right, so that's saying no valid collection targets, which means that group in front of me, there's nothing more there that I want. Those tempered alloys are still out there, but collectors have a certain range. Now what I'm doing is I'm heading towards the other group of debris, or materials, and we'll see, as it is, collector starts moving off to go pick something up. So I'll just move closer. So in terms of profitability, I mean, these signal sources are not going to compete with other ways of making money, but they can be a useful source of material, and the rest of that I'm pretty certain I don't need.
Cargo scoop retracted.
They can be a useful source of material, both data and stuff you scoop.
Frameshift drive charging.
So they are worth dropping in on occasion.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Right. Signal sources. There's a degraded emissions threat free. There's a couple identified, but I haven't really done anything with megaships either. Oh. So let's go and take a look at this megaship. A Lowell class researcher. I know I'm pronouncing it. Allow. Yeah. Close to the ring. Could be the other side of the rings. Just out of interest, this system, what's the mineral reserves? Depleted, okay. That's interesting because one of my tests I want to do is I've done coal mining in pristine rings. I want to do coal mining in a depleted ring so that we can see if there is any difference in the yield. If there isn't any difference in the yield based on the reserves in the ring, that would be a very useful thing to know. It means you wouldn't have to look for just pristine rings. So while we're here, we are going to quickly scan these wings. The outer ring.
Surface scan complete.
Don't think that's going to get the inner one. That might do better. Yeah.
Surface scan complete.
Okay. So there's some hotspots that we can see. So muscovites, alexandrites. So no void opals is a pity. Looks like I've made a start on this efficiency target. 13 probes. I'm not going to deal with that. Let's go pay a visit to this mega ship. And given that I'm doing that, we'd best come out of. There's apparently a number of different possible scenarios. It will be interesting to see. Right, let's see what happens here. Is it interesting? Is it profitable? Use data link scanner to search for targets. So, first things first, we want to scan that and check our contact. So the science vessel is the only thing. I may scan the object for more information. Wait a sec, there's another ship moving away from there. Type 9 heavy, let's look at that as well. Okay, so inoffensive. We've got another ship, the transporter. Type 6. So all looks fairly sedate, doesn't look like there's any system security. Oh, low temperature diamonds hotspot in the ring. That's more interesting. A number of ships showing now, or contacts. So I'll just wander on up nonchalantly.
Hostile forces in range. This is an open call to any nearby pilots. We need help.
Well then, let's help them.
Understood. Booting up telepresence for fighter control. Fighter is ready. Give the order, Commander.
Right, let's get this one scanned. Yeah, they're shooting whatever that ship is. Looks like crates, maybe both phantoms. There's that guy in the power plant.
Scan detected. Under attack.
This is only an expert, so right, second one's on me as well.
Looks like we've got a runner, Commander.
It's
Let's
one
take them
done.
out before they jump.
Attacking the other ship. Don't want to fire the plasma if there's a risk that I'm going to hit the mega ship. Let's assume it's got big guns and would not be happy with me. You hit with the huge plasma, it makes a dent. There we go. Right. Some of those materials are nice. Oh right, I've got to select. Defend the megaship. Right, so I might have made a mistake there.
Good to have you with us. Now take out those raiders.
Because I defeated the raiders. Oh! There's 2 of 5 hostile ships remaining. Okay. Or no, there's going to be another wave. That's what they mean. I've destroyed 2. So let's get back towards the mega ship. Yeah, they're shooting over there. Come on, Buford, we're going to go and save the truckers. Russia. Deadly Anaconda. Okay. There's another one. There. Which is a Cobra Mark IV. Buford, go take him out.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
He's chaffing, so I'm going to have to get closer and use the plasma.
Target shields offline.
Okay, so we got 2 of 5 hostile ships, but I can only see 2 more. Makes me wonder what else might be out here. Trucker's defences is doing a good job on this guy.
Looks like we've got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
Right. They're done for. Oh. Let's get in on the fight with this guy before the trucker's security blows them up.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target. Looks like we've got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
Right, they're done. Okay, so we've got them all.
Enemy reinforcements incoming. Look alive.
Hostile vessels remaining 0, but oh, yeah, there are enemy reinforcements.
Reinforcements inbound. All units maintain attack vectors.
Okay, that's another set of 5. Let's go take out that Conda. I'm rather enjoying this. Buford,
Okay, Commander. Concentrating
me
fire
with
on
the
primary
Condor.
target.
I've got eyes on the primary. Moving to engage.
have to keep an eye on myself here. I could be being shot from a lot of different directions and my shields could go down quickly. Alright, their security have taken down one of them. This Condor will be the big one though, so we're going to start with them. Make sure we get a piece of this bounty.
Flight assist.
Power plant's done, hull's almost done.
We're all clear. No more threats in this sector.
Oh, I've got ship showing though. Aha, you. So, I'm afraid I'm probably leaving some lovely materials behind, but I don't have a choice. Buford, if you would be so kind.
Roger, Commander. Focusing my
Shoot
attack
this
on their
guy.
target.
Got radio chatter. People crying out Mayday. It's quite good actually. And a couple of 300 grand bounties is nice for a little fight. Right. So I've taken down 2 of the ships. They've taken down 2 of them without me. The last one is here and I'm not going to get to them before they pop that one. Yeah.
Target destroyed.
Right.
We're tearing them to shreds. Keep it up.
Well, I like it. Now,
Scan detected.
more ships. What do we got? Hyphen. These are getting more and more dangerous.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
So we'll start with this Python. Don't know if it's the biggest one out there, but it's a good choice. I'm slowing down as I get closer so that they stay in front of me more. Allows me to put more shots into them. Right, the security's taken down one of them. Taken down 2 of them. This could be quite fun for a wing because you'd have more chance of being able to take out all the ships. Right, the shields are down. So they're done for. But I want to get paid, so...
Enemy is fleeing. Target their subsystems, Commander.
Right. Highest threat isn't detecting anything. That's another Python. So we'll take that.
Roger that. Moving into attack.
Do the scan, start shooting. Switch fire groups to the plasma. Plasma hit. Switch back to be able to use the kill warrant scanner.
Target shields offline.
Scan them while dialing in the power plant. Start shooting. Right, so 3 waves so far. There's some shooting over there though. Hostile vessels remaining 1.
Defenders,
Objective
you
complete.
did. Great job.
Security status a small increase. Influence for the Hutton trackers a moderate increase. Reputation a moderate increase.
Scan detected. Programming limpet drone. Scan detected.
Some of those I'm fairly sure I want, so I'm going to have to get close enough to those materials to pick them up.
Scan
That was 3 waves. That was really nice. So just trying to find some of these materials that are out here that I want.
Scan
I don't need them. Oh, I don't need them. Okay. Entirely possible that I don't need any of these. I have been doing better than I thought. Right, okay. So, now, we were told we could scan the megaship. So, let us go and scan the megaship. Oh, and Buford, you can dock.
Commencing recovery, Commander. Stand by.
So, I had 2 options in this. I could defend the megaship, which is the one I did, or I could help the pirates. And I'm very, very tempted to spend some more time in anarchy systems so that I can go and do stuff like help the pirates. So, we are now scanning with my data link scanner. Is there more that I could do here? Targets identified.
Retrieval complete. Fighter bay is secure.
Ooh. So, in cargo bays, if I had hatch breakers, I could probably get something out of them. Power capacitor would probably let's get closer and start scanning some of these components, see if we get any more information. Sub-targets identified, select to interface. Limpet docking point. No manifest scanner inside. So if I had a manifest scanner, I could see what cargo was in there, and if I had hatch breaker limpets, presumably I could obtain some of the cargo. I'm definitely going to go to an anarchy system, maybe with a wing, and have some fun with one thing. Here's the other cargo bay. So again, yeah, limpet docking point. So if I put a collector limpet out, shouldn't do anything.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, doesn't do anything. Okay, so power capacitor, which is listed as private. So there's the power capacitor. That looks really quite cool. It's not letting me scan it, unlike the cargo bays. So that must be a case of if you disable enough of the power capacitors, you stop the ship doing other things. Okay. So there's also a hackable data transmitter. Now, I am expecting, when I look at this, that I am going to suddenly turn hostile and people are going to start shooting me. Because I'll have stolen some data from the truckers alarm. So, we don't want to start trading fire with a mega ship. The 4 pips to shield, 2 pips to engines, ready to run the moment this is done. We're now out of range. So currently,
Hostile forces in range. This is an open call to any nearby pilots. We need help.
resetting.
Multiple hostiles incoming.
Under attack.
Recon. Okay, right. So,
Scan detected.
people are shooting at me, but it's the pirates. We're going to go with defend the mega ship. Oh,
Good to have you with us. Now take out those raiders.
so the scenario resets. I think I just transferred some fuel to a pirate. All a bit confused. So I would need a recon limpet to do anything with the hackable data transmitter. Hyphen is wait for the chaff to clear. Let's get Buford out there.
Copy. Deploying the fighter.
Back up. One
All
ship's
systems
down.
go. Awaiting orders.
There we go.
Sky is clear.
Right.
No more targets.
Gonna pop a shield cell.
Warning. Temperature
Enemy
critical.
reinforcements incoming. Look alive.
Scanner shows multiple incoming hostiles.
Right. Now have to do the best we can. Who's this? Right, you. He's got his shields down, need to have the power point dialed in. Shields are down, the multis are ripping him apart.
Looks like we got him. I'm not picking up any more threats on my scanner.
Yeah, they are on mine. That looks like a vulture. Get ready to scan him. You could get in
Roger,
there.
Commander. Focusing my attack on your target.
So, these are a different faction from last time.
Looks like we've got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
I was just wondering about the usefulness of this for pirate massacre missions. But if they change the faction and they don't necessarily go with whoever the pirate faction in the system is, it would be potentially difficult to understand which faction ships you were going to be blowing up here. Regardless of that, this is still a lot of fun.
Sky is clear. No more
Right.
targets.
We should have another load.
We're tearing them to shreds. Keep it up.
There we go. More of them. I don't know why that came up.
I need support. Taking damage. Hull at 50%.
Yes, Buford, but that is what you do. You keep them from shooting me because they're shooting you. This is a nice little fight.
Looks like we've got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
Alright, there's another one showing on my scanner over here somewhere. In the power plant while we travel over, do the scan, and start shooting.
Looks like we got him. I'm not picking up any more threats on my scanner.
Counter is telling me there's still one more out there. And there's shooting going on over there, so someone was still out there out of my sensor range. Power plant is selected. Go warrant scan. Get Buford on them.
Roger that. Moving into attack.
Off the heat shield. There we go. That one's done.
Defenders, you did it. Great job.
Right, so I can't do anything to the mega ship itself, and this is just going to keep on repeating. And although it is fun,
Okay, Commander.
I would like to move on.
Route back to mothership.
what time is it? It's almost 4 o'clock. We've been streaming for 2 hours. Probably try and stream for 3.
Fighter is locked down. We're good to go, Commander.
Okay, so we're going to jump out of here.
Comply.
Nope.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, what's going on here? Why am I not jumping?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Maybe I had to be at least 8 kilometers from the the ship. Mission signal source. But I've not got any mission. Trading beacon. Well, I've not come across this before. It's on the way back to the base where I'm going to want to turn in my bounties, so take a look at this, see what's what. So I'm thinking that after we do this, handing these bounties, I'll jump back to G, because there was a mega ship there of a different type, I think, and I would be interested to see what that is. What kind of mission are you? Galactic Comestible. Goods required. Guaranteed to pay more than the going rate is an opportunity you would be foolish to ignore. Also returned 42 units of synthetic meat. Commander, it seems our meeting was foretold of a small competition. Source 42 units of synthetic meat and deliver to guests on ports, and you will be amply rewarded. Okay, so 545,000 credits is not big money for me. But synthetic meat sells for a few hundred credits, so 42 units of synthetic meat for that is nice. The conductive components, however, I'm always using conductive components for engineering, and I happen to need some, so you have a deal. Now,
Shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
so I should in my transactions, yes I do. Right. So I've got to go to the port anywhere. Incoming enemy alert. 3 enemies, 315,000 credits per kill, so they're going to be pretty tough people. Interesting. It's shaping up quite nicely. Right, we're going to go to guest on ports so that I can collect the bounties I have so far gained. And we're then going to set about finding some synthetic meat to fulfill this new contract that we got out of a signal source. If we're really lucky, this place will sell synthetic meat, but I doubt that. What? I'd like to request docking, please.
Docking request approved. Plot route for approach to landing pad 10.
And this time I'm not boosting in because I'm not carrying anything illegal.
Scan detected.
definitely want to listen to this game with headphones on, at least some of the time. I do get a bit uncomfortable after a while. But there's so much more in the sound that you pick up with headphones that you don't if you just have it playing on your PC speakers. Hear the conversations going on between ships and the traffic control. Really quite cool.
Landing gear deployed.
Right. Let's get there. So
Landing completed. Deactivating docking. Enjoy your stay with us.
we have a mission. So they want 42 units of synthetic meat. That's for the Hutton truckers. Is there anything else, given that I'm going to be doing that? That might be cool. For example, anyone else wants synthetic meat? Few little wars going on. Okay. Drop into the contacts and redeem
Incoming message.
those. Interstellar factor. Okay. Right, a hand in there. 2.2 billion. Looking very, very healthy. So, synthetic meats. Can we get a lead? So they're produced by high-tech systems. No particular around here. Now, consumer tech is also produced by high-tech systems and is selling for almost 1,000 credits above the galactic average. So a simple way of making sure that I make as much money as possible would be to bring some of that along with me. So, we know we want a high-tech system. Hey! I am an ally of the Hutton truckers. Excellent. So refinery extraction in G. The simplest way of doing this. Let's have all systems showing. But let's go with economy and untick everything but high tech. So that shows me all of the surrounding high tech systems. So it's looking like TZ Verities might be the closest. We've been there before, or at least we know the layout. Cinder Enterprise is 812 light seconds. And does it have, yes, it has a commodities market. It's listed economy. Okay, so seems to be the good one to start with. Let's go get the truckers some synthetic meat.
Frameshift drive charging.
Personally, I'd much prefer the real thing, but hey, that's what they asked for. Okay. So we want to select there. So I wonder actually, because another kind of signal source you can get is on a planetary surface. So let's see, these worlds are all known, they're all mapped. But if I step through them, do I discover Human 1? That'll be a base or some such. So even though these are Human 5, so we're looking for geological and such like. Human 1, again that's probably a base. Taken a while to scan, which means there are things down there. Geological 29, very nice. That's 5BA. Right, we're going to take a look at that. Encoded. Convoy dispersal pattern threat 2. Planet 4. Human 2. B. Human 6. 3A. Human 3. That's just the asteroid belt. Go see if there's any more of these. Human 2. Lots of bases in this system. Human 2. Union 2. Okay. So, Schneider Enterprise seems to be our best bet for synthetic meat. Try and pick up some data from these ships. Got some. Okay, we're getting closer. Right. Okay. Right. Let's go get this synthetic meat then that the truckers want. Hey. Slightly didn't fit through the slot.
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards crypto infractions. Base station.
Landing gear deployed.
Right. First things first, do they sell synthetic?
Ship is locked down.
Food? Yes, they do, and they have a plentiful supply. Excellent. Let's get our 42 tons. Let's just check the transaction. Yep, that's 42 tons. Okay, so we also noted that consumer tech, problem. Selling for 7659.
Target shields offline.
Oh, it's not good enough. Right. Let's see if there's any missions transporting things back to where I'm going. Permit acquisition opportunity. Well, it would make sense to come back here later and work with these guys. But right now, that doesn't make sense. Looks like we're too far away from... Oh no. Only problem with this one is I'd have to come back here. Those amounts of money, that's not really worth it. I want to be taking data or cargo back where I'm going. Don't want to be doing anything else. Don't have any passenger cabins. Right, so unfortunately not sure of what will sell well. I thought consumer tech was going to do okay, but I'll only make tens of credits profit on it, so I'm not particularly inclined to worry about that. Okay, so we'll just take the synthetic meat back. There's a system we need to go to. Oh, of course, I haven't changed the filters, so I can't actually see the system to click on it. Go! Right, so we should get jumped by pirates when we come back into this system. There are 3 ships that I've been told are looking for me. They will be waiting for me when I return to that system.
Ship detach complete. Clear for departure.
Landing gear retracted.
Nice. Good habit to get into is just scanning other ships. So we want to be in combat mode and we want to be ready. So we want that. Oh, looks like I have had a wake targeted. So it assumed I was trying to do that when I'm not.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, jumping back to PSPF-LF2 to deliver the synthetic meat to the truckers. But there are pirates and they are flying bigger ships. So I would expect when I jump in for someone to appear almost immediately, eager to interdict me. So we need to see if we can spot them first.
Objective detected.
Okay. They're not there immediately. Gaston Port is where we're trying to get to. Right. Yeah, there's the first of them. Let's get away from the star. Now I want to be interdicted because I want to blow these guys up. There you go, Buford.
Commencing fighter deployment. SOS is online. Standing by.
I've still got crimes against report crimes against me off, which means I'll get no system security support. Well, I shouldn't need them.
I need support. Taking damage. Taking critical damage. Fighter is gone, Commander.
Alright.
Fighter assembly initiated.
That's why we have 2 bays.
Copy. Deploying the fighter.
Still, he's not done much to my shields, and
All systems are go. Awaiting orders.
his is almost gone. Now he's in trouble.
Under attack. Warning. Temperature critical.
Now, he's telling me that this could all stop if I just give him 10 tons of cargo. But if I was a trade ship, I might do that. But I'm not a trade ship, so...
Incoming mission critical message.
Roger that. Initiating automated retrieval.
Don't want any of the materials. Stay alert. The next one is Samantha Madley. Okay.
Fighter assembly complete.
Fighter is locked down. We're good to go, Commander.
Drop my hard points.
Shift drive charging.
Jump to Super Cruise. Hopefully Samantha will interdict me before I get where I've got to go. Because I got 180,000. There's a ship out there which is a federal assault ship. That could be Samantha. Certainly behind me, but the graphic for the ship shows that it's not lining up for an interdiction. So I think that's unrelated. Right, that's just going about its business. Right, we've got someone in front of us now. Now Samantha's not going to be in a hauler, so... Alright, we've got more ships behind us. None of them are referred to Lance like the last one, though. Well, this is going to be a pity if Samantha doesn't come and try and shoot me, because I'll miss out on the opportunity to make more money. Ah, there we go. And another third alarms.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Right, so Samantha was foolishly staying in front of my guns and does not have the ability to take my shields down easily. So I'm going to head back into reverse to slow down so Samantha can get close. And then... Oh!
Mission critical message.
Just clipped her as she was about to try and jump out with the plasma accelerator. Sealed her fate. Let's see what materials we got. Nothing I'm interested in. Stay alert. Lucy Robbins.
Frameshift drive charging.
So Lucy Robbins will probably be fairly prompt.
1. Engage.
Mission unidentified signal source. Well, it's close, and we want to give Lucy Robbins a chance to turn up and have me blow her up as well. So let's see if it's anything new, or is it just a repeat of what we had before? So Lucy's probably going to be in a third lance, given the other two were. So I've got G and H is for cycle next ship, and all I'm doing is I am cycling through the available ships to see if there are any further lancers. And right now there is not. Haha, hi. Yep. Dropping into signal sources. So I dropped into one of these before and I got a mission to go get some synthetic meat. And I'm being pursued by pirates who wish to stop the delivery of this synthetic meat. This being the one I was expecting.
Under attack. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Let's scan them first. Oh, I want to be scanned. Right. Stop backing away so fast. Almost got the shields down.
Offline.
Oh, and they bumped into me.
Incoming.
And they're done.
Critical message.
But I want the filament composites. And I want the distilleries. And the salvaged alloys. So we'll just click off. So each of those 3 pirates was worth an additional 310,000 credits because of the bonus for the mission. Really rather profitable. So I'm going to get my conductive complete.
Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo's
Bonus reward 945,000 credits. Very nice. Plus, as an additional bonus, over 500,000 credits from the bounties from those 3 pirates. Yeah, really cool. Right.
Cargo scoop retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Let's go deliver this synthetic meat.
Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So we want to be... I was going to look in there and see if they still give out missions. This is where I got this mission from. Okay, what are you having for dinner? And yeah, synthetic meat does not sound particularly appetizing to me. But apparently a lot of people want the 42 tons of synthetic meat I'm carrying. Don't ask me why. I don't even think it's veggie burgers. Well, I suppose yes, in a way it is veggie burgers, but not veggie burgers as we know them. 3305, I think it would actually potentially look and taste like meat. And yeah, 42 tons of it is a lot.
Mission objective detected.
Vat growing would make sense, yes. So here we go. Last time I just wandered on up to this and it gave me a mission. But, because I already have a mission from one of these, I don't know if that will be the case this time. I'd had the mission by this point, so I don't think it gives out any others. At least until you finish what you're supposed to. Good to test though.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Right. Let's get this dropped off. Almost there. And we drop out. Right.
Delay Tango, Hotel
Let's
Echo,
dock in.
Commander. Throttle down and commence with docking. Docking request approved. Plot route for approach to landing pad 09.
An impressive sight, these starports.
Continue on approach.
I see the cats have missed you then. Right. So, at this point we are safe. You can have pirates drop in just as you arrive at the starport. Usually it's best just to head towards the starport and let the starport and security ships deal with them. Because if you're shooting the pirate when you're inside the no-fire zone, everyone starts shooting you as well. Usually better not to take the risk. Right.
Engaging docking restraints. Enjoy your stay at our facility, Commander.
Sort everything out, make sure the ship is spick and span. Authority contact. Just over 500,000 credits in bounties. Telefactor doesn't have anything. Here's our mission. So I have to deliver these. So that allows me to deliver the 42 tons over a number of deliveries. So if I had, say, a Sidewinder, I could do many trips. So click on deliver. That now means I can complete the mission. I now get to choose my rewards. Well, 545,000 is more than 235, but I've got 2.2 billion, so that's not really it. Conductive components, though, I used in engineering, and I use them all the time, so I'll have some of them. There we go. Right, so what next? I'm going to be streaming for another half an hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Xi. We had some fun around the mega ship in this system. And I'm pretty sure there was a mega ship in Xi. And I think it was different from the science vessel that we were protecting from pirates. So let's go take a look. No, engineering materials don't. I'll just get out the station and I'll show you how you can see what you've got.
Landing gear retracted.
Scanning ships for data.
Frameshift charge detected.
That asp is going to push in. How rude. Oh, I've got some scans up on those, so hey, I can forgive them. So yeah, your materials do not appear in your inventory under ship's cargo, and they don't count towards the tonnage you're carrying. They do appear here under materials and also under data. So you can see that you can hold up to varying amounts. They don't give you any weight, don't have any impact on your jump range or anything like that. But basically, if I remember correctly, there's 5 grade of material. You can have 300 of grade 1, and it then steps down by 50 until you can only have 100 of grade 5.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. Okay, so need to remember there was at the very least a Fed cap ship in this system. There's a tanker and there's a cap ship. The capital ship is that way. The tanker is on the way to the cap ship. So we're going to go and take a look at the tanker.
Fuel scooping complete.
Don't think the capital ship will have any missions, but the tanker should. So hopefully we will get to experience another bit of the new content. It's just going to take a little while. So see if we can get any more data on the way. No, all the ships are behind us, so I won't get any more scans in there. Or at least not yet. Change my fire groups to be ready for trouble. Okay. Even at 40 times the speed of light, this still takes a little while to do. But we are getting closer, so don't want to overshoot. Okay, so the last one was a science ship. Let's see what's around this one. So hopefully the ship will have a mission associated with it. On top of that, scanning it may reveal other things that we could do. And the missions, like last time, should have two sides to it. So last time I helped defend the ship, but I could have sided with the pirates. Now we're getting closer. Like it's all above an ice planet. Maybe the tanker's collecting lots and lots of water. Right. So almost there. And now we can drop it. There we go. So Aquarius class tanker. Telling me that I can scan the ship. Because we had so much fun last time, I'm going to deploy the fighter now.
Stand by.
And my hard points.
Fighter is ready. Give the order, Commander.
So I can see some ships out there, but they're too far to appear on my scanner. Go. Notice that no mission has popped yet, so maybe this one won't give me a mission. But we'll take a closer look at it anyway. That's a very, very big pair of engines. Okay.
In range. This is an open call to any nearby pilots. We need help.
Right, well, it's the Boot Brigade, so that's the faction that I'm actually in the squadron of. I will defend the ship.
Good to have you with us.
There's the
Take out those
pirates.
raiders.
Brothers of Z are no troublemakers around here, so we'll go and chastise them. Madhead. Okay. Do a warrant scan. Slow down as we get closer. Open up.
Looks like we've got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
Done. Right, there's the ship. There are 3 hostile vessels remaining. And I can see the shooting. Yes! Chastise them firmly with high velocity ammunition and hot plasma death. How it is done in 3305. Right, Crate Phantom. Not going to last long. Oh crikey, this has got more to it. What? My best. Right, so. Okay, hopefully they've not got any more of those power nodes.
Enemy reinforcements incoming. Look alive.
Okay, next wave. There were 3 waves last time. Don't know if there will be 3 waves in this one because the scenario is a little different. Ooh, Anaconda. This will be good. Buford, get in
Roger
there.
that. Moving into attack.
Shields are holding, and I'm getting through theirs. So at least the Anaconda there is focused on me and not on the mega ship. Ramming speed. Right, he's the only one left of this wave. Everyone's now shooting him. Not gonna last much longer. Right.
Controlling for enemy. I think we're in the clear, Commander.
Yeah, I'm expecting a 3rd wave.
We're tearing them to shreds. Keep it up.
Yeah, there'll be another wave. And that was them jumping in.
Paint the target, Commander. I'm moving in for attack.
8 of them. This is gonna get tricky. Chaffing, but right, so that's security have taken down one of the other ships. Missed with the plasma, it's chaffing, chaff's expired.
Target destroyed.
We're all clear. No more threats in this sector.
Right, you.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
We'll have you next. What? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I've picked up a bounty because I shot the mega ship too much.
Looks like we've got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump.
Yeah. That's awkward. At least no one else is shooting me yet.
We're all clear. No more
So
threats
as long
in this
as
sector.
system security aren't trying to shoot me,
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary
we can
target.
stay for a bit. Yeah,
Enemy
definitely
fleet.
works.
Target their subsystems, Commander.
No, they're not. They're blowing up. Right. Defib this guy,
Take the
please.
target, Commander. I'm moving in for attack.
Target shields offline. Target
Okay. There's the next.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
Right. That's... I think I'm starting to be targeted by system security.
bounty incurred.
What?
Frameshift charge detected. Under attack. Target destroyed.
I think Buford may have defended himself and blown up one of their ships.
You did it. Great job.
Cool. Right, I've got to leave.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we did the scenario, but I've got to let people's temper calm down. So when doing scenarios around the megaship, be careful of what you're firing when you're pointing at the megaship. This is actually a bounty. Okay, so I need to go and clear this. Now, happen to know. Was this low security? That was high. Here we go. The one I'm looking for. I happen to know there was an interstellar factor in there. So, if I go here,
Drive charging.
hopefully I can pay off the bounty. There'll be a 25% surcharge because I'm not doing it in this system to the Boo Brigade, but to an intermediary called an interstellar factor. I'll smooth stuff over and I'll no longer be wanted. Right, so we were at Gaston Port and we saw the interstellar factor. I can see, looking above my fuel gauge on the bottom right hand side, that I am no longer wanted.
Fuel scooping complete.
And looking in here, it doesn't tell me in this bit that I'm wanted here, so I should be able to land fine. Sort out the mess I caused, point out that I helped save the megaship, and, you know, pay the appropriate people off. So after we've done this, I'm going to bring it a close this afternoon. I've been streaming almost 3 hours, and what we'll probably do is we'll just do a quick raid on Mr. Warpath, who is another Elite Dangerous streamer. So if anyone wants to continue watching some Elite Dangerous, you will be able to do so. Oh, I've been interdicted first. Yeah, well that's the way of things in Elites. You know, right, they are wanted, so they're not a bounty hunter or anything where I get into trouble for shooting them. So hey, I may have no cargo, but you have a bounty. They're running. Chances are I will not get them before they jump. No, they're going to get away. Airship's just faster than mine. I think he probably is regretting his poor life choices.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Let's slow down. Right. Almost there.
Delay, Tango, Hotel, Echo. Good to see you, Commander. Throttle down and commence with docking. Permission granted. Set course for landing.
Okay.
39.
There we go.
Security surveillance is in effect in the facility at all times.
Landing gear deployed.
Acts of aggression will be met with an appropriate response.
Right. So I'll just pay this off,
You're on the deck. Engaging docking restraints. Enjoy your
hopefully. Yes. There we go. And we're no longer wanted. Right. Well, thank you for joining me for the stream. I'm going to bring it to a close there now for today. I'll be back at 2 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be streaming Guild Wars 2 tomorrow. That's basically what I'm going to stream on Sundays. 2 p.m. probably to about 5 p.m. maybe a little later. Thank you very much. I'll be back streaming Elite Thursday 6 p.m. hopefully. And I hopefully see folks at some point in the future. What we're going to do is enjoy the Guild Wars 2 later, certainly. So typing in, there is no raid message. Do say hello if you wish to. When we get over there, I'm just going to. So that will. Okay. So thank you all, and I will hopefully see you again either tomorrow or on Thursday. We're going to go and raid Mr. Warpath.